I'm not making this stuff up here. Number 13 North Carolina women's basketball lost to Florida State, unranked Florida State at that. The final score was 78-71. Both teams were tied after the first quarter, 22 apiece. In fact, North Carolina had, that's a 41-35 lead at halftime. But clearly, second half defensively, North Carolina led up. 43 points allowed, while they only scored 30. That ain't going to cut it. Now, North Carolina, they shot 37.5 points, 37.5% from the field, 27 for 72 to be exact, 4 for 23 on threes, which is 17.4%, 13 for 17 on free throws, 41 rebounds, 16 of those offensive, 16 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks, 12 turnovers, 24 fouls, only 4 bench points. Florida State needed their bench points to win the game here. They had 21 points off the bench. Those do matter. It does. They didn't shoot the ball as good as North Carolina, but slightly. 36.1%, 26 for 72 overall, 8 for 24 on threes, 18 for 24 on free throws, but they had 51 rebounds, 20 of those offensive, 15 assists, which is less than North Carolina, 8 steals, 7 blocks, 13 turnovers. Granted, you lost a turnover battle by 1, 22 fouls. So, in some areas, it does make sense why North Carolina women's basketball lost this game. And not only they lost this game, but they lost at home in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. That ain't a good look. Now, North Carolina, I expect them to drop in the polls. And you know what's crazy is their next game is currently number 7 Virginia Tech on the road. Both those teams lost today. The loser of that game could very well be near out of the top 25 or out of the top 25. They should be out of the top 20, I would think. Both teams should be if they lose one more game. I meant like this week between polls. Then North Carolina has 7-6 Miami, Florida. Then North Carolina hosts number 5 Notre Dame. Then they have to go to an improved Virginia team that's 13-1. As well as they host an NC State team that's currently number 6 in the country, but they're going to drop because they lost pretty bad tonight to unranked Duke. So, and we'll have to wait and see on these polls rankings because they're going to have to change. Now, Florida State, on the other hand, they have the following teams. A 9-4 Georgia Tech team, which they're not any pushover, and that's on the road. So you got to be wary of a letdown game. They have a 10-4 Clemson, which they knocked off Virginia Tech today, and they're hosting them in Florida State in Tallahassee. So that's not going to be a gimme game. Next two games are gimmies. 11-4 Boston College on the road. That is scary. On the road is scary. They host number 6 NC State, which we know they're going to drop because they lost at home to unranked Duke tonight. They're going to drop, and of course we'll have to wait and see. A Louisville team, they're hosting it too, but they're 11-4. And granted, Louisville, they were in the top 10 at one point, even the top 5 during the season, the early part, but then they dropped. Now they could get back in. We'll have to wait and see. So, the ACC is just cannibalizing itself. All the ranked teams, with exception to Notre Dame, lost either their first ACC game or they have at least one ACC game. NC State, Virginia Tech, North Carolina. That's just 3 teams right there. In fact, Virginia Tech has lost their second game in a conference. which is at least one. Except Notre Dame, they're undefeated. Granted, it's early on in conference play. There's a lot of time left. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I see you guys later. Let's get into 500 subscribers now. We're on the road to it. Let's go.